time for a bit of a update on the schools class. I have had to do a bit more than I'd anticipated. The left hand glass broke as well, so I've replaced the left hand glass. The left hand steam valve broke as well, exactly the same as the other side, so I've remade that. Had some issue with the valve spindle, and then while I was trying to sort that, it broke, so I've made a new valve spindle. That's all assembled now, and I've had some pressure in it. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. Let's take a look. So it's really not easy to pump, torque and film at the same time, but you can see I've got 45 pound in it there. I've had it up to about 75, 80. There's still a small leak from that left hand glass, which is going down to that plate, the plate above the door. I just saw a drip from somewhere. Yeah, that whistle valve I think is weeping slightly. A couple of very small weeps on these two glands. I might tighten them up, I might not. But I think the regulator's still leaking, because there's a lot coming out of there. And it's coming up out the blast pipe as well. So every now and again, although it looks like there's water coming out the ash pan, at the moment I believe that's running down the tubes from this puddle in the smoke box, running down the tube, down the throat plate, down onto the board underneath, which is then running down and out into my drip tray on the floor. So yeah, the next stage is to try and see what else I can do. I might even put air on it and see if it will run on air. I'll come back to you. I've rigged up an airline going into the engine. There's 50 pounds in the airline, and quite a curious event is happening. As I open the regulator, seems running beautifully up until the back end of this cylinder wants to be working. So but with how very curious. And a bit more investigation required to determine exactly what the problem is there. There is one other good thing I've just tried. How does this sound? That sounds lovely. Yeah, so generally I'm happy with most of it. I think there's still a little leak from the top nut here. Don't know if you can just see it fizzing. Yeah. So that just wants nipping up ever so slightly. Otherwise I'm quite happy with it, generally speaking. I've started to look at this brake valve. When it's mounted in its position as it is, it operates in that sector there. Unfortunately at the moment, I've moved it out. The two holes are connected and I've put a black mark, I don't know how well you can see it, I've put a black mark on the face there so that I can see it when it's installed. And in the operating position, either the steam is passing through to the steam cylinder, or when you operate it, the live steam goes straight to exhaust. that's not right. The steam should travel to the steam cylinder in one position, or in the other position the steam cylinder and the exhaust should be connected. For that range of movement, the handle's in the wrong place. So very quickly with the brake valve, I had taken this plate off, turned it around like to try and get it operating in a better quadrant, but these two holes didn't quite line up. So what I've decided to do, I've taken the handle off and I'm going to make a bracket to reaffix the handle in the right place. I think it wants to be about here instead of over there. So it wants to sit here, sit against that stop, because in that position we have the cylinder to exhaust, so that will be the off position for the brake. It stands like this in the cab, so this is the side that you operate from. And then as it swings around, you can still see my black mark on there, go around to about there, which will connect the steam from the boiler to the cylinder. And yeah, so it wants to be there. Yeah, so it wants to be in that position there, and as it moves around it ends up here, hitting that stop. So I just need to make a little bracket to hold that in the right place. We'll see more of that as it progresses, so then it will still operate in this area. It will just be the other way around to where it was. And there we go, that's the current progress. There's a little bit on the brake valve, which is ongoing. There's the engine, all the leaks seem to be more or less sorted. The regulator weeps by, but there's not a lot I can do without that, without pulling it apart. But it doesn't seem too bad. And yeah, that right hand cylinder just seems a bit weird on the back end. Otherwise it sounds lovely and tight. So we'll see where we go from here. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to have a look at. Have I gone into too much depth? Do you want me to go into anything else a bit more? Just let me know. Thanks.